Hi, my name is Mike Ayub, and today I'm going to be speaking with you about ordering credit reports and our credit report policy and how you should be ordering credit reports. There are two different types of credit reports that we pull. The first one is a soft pull, and the second one is a full tri-merge. The tri-merges are ordered through processing when you submit a file to processing. Optionally, you can order your own tri-merges, and if you request that capabilities, we will provide you those capabilities. Depending on your position, you may be required to pay for the tri-merges. We do a 2 times credit for every closing on a tri-merge. Currently, the costs of the tri-merges are $31. Very costly. The way to avoid this cost is to pull the soft pull credit report, and we do that through advcredit.com. So we're going to start with advcredit.com and how to pull credit through there, and I'll also show you how to pull the tri-merges. And we'll start here. So advcredit.com, this is Advcredit of Colorado. So you'll log in, or you'll go to their website at advcredit.com. You'll click Customer Login and Mortgage Credit. Now, when we set you up with an account, you are going to provide us with a cell number, a texting number. If you don't have a cell number, then you'll need to get a Google number or some sort of number that can receive text messages. And when I try to log in here, and by the way, if you need support, they have support phone number down here, or they also have chat on the previous webpage. So I'll click Login. And the system let me in directly. But if this was the first time that I logged in, it would require a 2-factor authentication where it would send a code to your cell number via text, and you would have to input that number here. That has to be done whenever there is a IP address change. So to determine what your you don't need to know what your IP address is. It will determine what it is. But in a lot of cases, when you try to pull credit through Byte and it doesn't work, when you try to pull a soft pull through Byte and it doesn't work, it's typically the problem is that wherever if your laptop is mobile and you try to pull credit from a new location, then there's a new IP address. So what you'll have to do is you'll have to log in, go through that 2-factor authentication for that IP address, and then come back to Byte here to pull your credit. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into a sample file, and we're going to scroll down to credit, which is right here. So I'm going to click that. Now there's a few different things. The first one is we have these interfaces here. These are the different credit providers. We work with 2 different credit providers. Number one is the Advcredit of Colorado for our single credit reports, and Equifax for our tri-merges. So I'm going to double-click Advcredit of Colorado, and here under Advcredit of Colorado defaults, I'm going to click that. And you can see here my username and my password is input here, and the credit report format is PDF. So because I was able to log in to the advcredit.com website, I now know that I can pull this credit report here. So if you're ever not able, or if you ever get if you come over here, you put in your username, you put in your password, and when you know that you put in the right username and password, if you click submit and it doesn't provide you with the credit report, and it says error, then you know that you probably need to come over here, log in, and when you try to log in, it's probably going to require you to do the 2-factor authentication. Once the 2-factor authentication is done at that specific location, let's say you go to a client's home and you connect to their Wi-Fi network, or you connect to your hotspot, and the IP address changes when you're in different locations. You're connected to different networks. So if you're connected to the same network all the time, you'll probably have to do this once and not have to worry about it again. That's only the case when you have to when you switch networks and you try to pull credit. All right, so you could order credit from here, but this is not where you want to order credit from. You're going to be ordering credit here from within Byte. And the reason why we do that is because we want to be able to import the debts. It saves a lot of time to import the debts right from here, and it saves the credit report in the document, the electronic document folder as well. So that is how you pull a credit report. You input the information here, you click submit, it yields the credit report. Now, the next one is Equifax. So we'll scroll down here to Equifax. Equifax is how we pull our Trimerges when needed. And this would be applicable for processors or those loan officers who've requested access. There's the invoice, or there's the interface here, or here as well. So again, I'm going to click on this Equifax defaults, just like I did on the Advcredit of Colorado default. I make sure I have my username and password in here. Okay. And I can then select the bureaus that I want to pull. And I'll click submit. Now, keep in mind that you have a different username and password for Equifax than you do for Advcredit of Colorado. So you'll need to request this from IT department or myself, and you can send an email to me or to your manager requesting access to this. Or either of these systems. We will usually provide Advcredit of Colorado right from the beginning, and we pull that Trimerge when the file is submitted into processing. Okay. Now, just to access your Equifax, you'll go to this website here, emortgage.equifax.com/emortgage/login.do. You won't need to log into here. There's no two-factor authentication with Equifax. But you may need to log in here to find a credit report that might be missing or for some other reasons. You'll also need to have this website in the event that your password expires or you can't pull credit because your password expires every 90 days roughly. So you'll need to be able to come here to this website. So come to this website, save this website address, and you'll need to log in here. I believe it's every 90 days at least to change your password. And when you're on this website, you'll click here on order search. You can search your orders. And for those admins, you'll also be able to click user admin and add users from here. Same with Advcredit. You'll set your users up here. With Advcredit, you'll need to have the user's cell phone number. With eMortgage, you will not have to have the user's cell phone number. Now, one thing to mention is for those of you who are either pulling your own credit or are processors, to make sure that the company does not spend more money than it has to for credit reports, there's certain procedures that you'll have to follow. For example, when we pull a Trimerge, we don't pull another Trimerge when we submit the loan to Desktop Underwriter. What we do is we reissue the credit report. We reissue that credit report. And to reissue the credit report, you have to use a different username and password. This is the Fannie Mae username and password, okay, for that, for the reissuing of those credit reports to Desktop Underwriter. And that will be done once you log into fanniemae.com and you're reissuing the credit report. You don't use your username and password, rather you use the Fannie Mae username and password for the company. In doing so, there is zero additional cost to the company for reissuing the credit report. If you use your username and password, it will pull a new credit report, and there will be an additional cost, and that does count towards the number of credit reports and the credits. Okay. Now, as far as, and just reversing a little bit, as far as credit report cost, if you don't pull tri-merges, you don't have to worry about this. The way the tri-merge is pulled, when you submit your file to processing, that's gonna be pulled for you directly.